everyone. Season 1, Episode 1 of Inside the District with new District 2 Commissioner Erick Allen here with Cobb County right now. Welcome to our set.
Thank you very much. It's beautiful down here. It's just as good as you get anywhere else in any of the TV stations in Atlanta. So this is good stuff.
We're very happy with it.
Yeah.
You've been in your position now as Cobb County's District 2 Commissioner for just a few weeks now. What are your initial impressions of the job and the people you're working with?
Well, first of all, the staff is amazing. I think if you're not familiar with what goes on in Cobb County and the work that the people do, you would be blown away, not only by the commitment, but by the long tenure. There's a lot of people who have been serving Cobb County for a long time and doing good work, and it's been great to get to know the staff and the team that kind of makes this engine go. On the elected side, it's been good, kind of changing the relationship with the commissioners. My relationship was different when I was in the State House, but kind of resetting and now being a colleague. It's been fun to just kind of have those conversations, try to learn where people stand on different things and start to see how we can work together.
There's an old saying, all politics is local, but like you said, you spent some time in the State House and now you're here. How do these two jobs in politics look different to you?
Well, one, just scale. In the state, you're one of 180. Kind of get lost in the shuffle. It's a lot of stuff going on. You can lose focus. You don't have to have as much focus on whole of government. At the county level, when you're one of 5, it's a little bit more attention that you have to pay and really learn the whole of government, everything that makes things work. Whereas in the State House, you basically focus on your committee work and the different agencies that you support through your committee work. Here, basically every department requires attention and a level of focus, like I said, that's just you're not used to in the House.
Yeah, one thing that's interesting to me is that a Cobb County Commissioner is a part-time job, but there's a lot of full-time work going on.
Well, I used to tell people when I was in the House that the state legislature is the worst part-time job you can have. This is not a part-time job either. If you want to do it right, you want to serve right, you've got to put more time into it. And, it's luckily I have the flexibility to do that and to be here most days, to be engaging with constituents. It's a part-time job. Everybody remember that. But we do have to respond 24/7 because the county doesn't stop operating.
And you do have a full-time job besides this as well. So what motivates you to dip your toe back into politics, get into the county commission when you've got another life you've got to live?
Well, I've always had another life. I mean, you can't survive off of the legislature salary. So I've been with the same company now. It'll be 10 years in January. So my entire service life, I've also worked a full-time job. And just having the support of my company and the flexibility to be able to serve my community while also providing for my family is very important. And you got to keep in mind, I wasn't planning on not serving right now. I was just hoping people would call me Lieutenant Governor. So when I left the House and ran for office, it wasn't because I wanted to stop serving. I've always wanted to continue serving my community, and this seems to be a great fit for me to continue that service.
So why is that? I'll just say it in these terms. Politics these days can be very loud in the community, and the feedback you get from the community. Sides don't even listen to the other side. So what motivates you to continue to serve in those conditions?
If you follow the way I interact, especially like even now on the dais or even in the State House, of course it's a partisan world we live in. But when it's time for policy, the partisan has to take a back seat. And if you get caught up in the partisan nature of what we're doing, then yeah, it could be very frustrating. But if you focus on policy, then the job actually becomes a lot more rewarding because you can divorce yourself from the chaos and just get things done.
But it's hard sometimes to cut through the noise.
If you create the noise. I think it's no matter where I am and what space I'm in, if you can reduce the partisan noise, talk to people with decorum, respect, not throw out partisan topics on an issue and just deal with the matter at hand, I think it makes it a lot easier. If you think about when the partisanship becomes an issue, it's when people inject that into the conversation. I would hope that we as a board can divorce ourselves of that, especially in the public arena when we're talking with one another. If you want to go to the breakfasts and do your partisan stuff, I mean, we're all going to do that. But when it's time to make decisions and it be for the policy betterment of every resident of Cobb County. We just have to remove that partisan.
Yeah. Speaking of policy benefit, you live in D2. You've been there for a while. What issues do you see coming to the forefront in the coming months in District 2?
There are, well, first of all, the All-Star Game. District 2 is going to be on the national, international stage, and we want to welcome people to Cobb County and do it the right way and show them that we got a lot to offer. I think this could be the catalyst of getting more conventions, more major events. So real big focus on right now supporting MLB, supporting the Braves, supporting local businesses to make sure that we put our best foot forward and have a great All-Star Week, because it's not just the game, it's a whole week of activities. But I also think that when you look at District 2, the way it's been redrawn, it truly is the economic backbone of the county. We have to be responsible and respectful of that fact and make sure that we're continuing to grow and develop in a smart way that continues to connect communities, but also keeping the charm and the charisma of individual pockets and communities that are within District 2. So it's a very diverse, and I always say it's the diverse tapestry of people within District 2. You've got a lot of residential, but you've got a lot of business, a lot of industrial, and really finding a way to make sure they all coexist so we grow together is a huge focus in these first couple of months.
Yeah, from Chattahoochee to Kennesaw State, there's a lot that goes on in that area.
It is. You think about everything in that corridor. You've got the Braves and the United. You've got Dobbins. You've got Lockheed. You've got 2 major malls in Town Center and Cumberland. You've got all 3 CIDs in that district. You've got Life University. You've got Kennesaw State. You've got a lot of the economic backbone, and quite honestly, the cultural backbone. 2 state parks. You've got Kennesaw Mountain. You've got the Palisades. It's just a lot in that district that we should continue to nurture, but also understand how we grow in a responsible way to make sure all of those entities and the residents in the area all thrive.
So you're the District 2 Commissioner, but the family comes along for the ride whenever you're an elected official, I'm sure you know. How did they take you getting into this position?
Well, my daughter has never known me not serving. The first time I ran was a year before she was born. So she's not known anything different, so she's excited. She likes, all the stuff. She probably wishes I'd be home more, but, I try to balance all of that. My wife has been extremely supportive. I often joke and say she's probably the only person in Cobb County that could have shut this thing down day one. But she's been very supportive and has always enjoyed being in a life of service, because it is a family endeavor. It's not like it's just me. It takes time away from both of them and their things that are important to them. So it's good to have their support, and look forward to everybody in the district meeting the family as we're out and about.
I was going to say, they may be a guest on the Inside the District show in the future.
That is a good idea. I don't think my wife would want to be in front of the camera. My daughter would eat it up. So
there you go. Well, I said at the beginning, this is season 1, episode 1. This is going to be your program and podcast moving forward. What do you want to accomplish by doing these podcasts and shows?
We are going to continue to do a newsletter, but I think people respond differently to live media. It also is easily searched and is archived and bringing on different people. So I'd like to just sit down and have conversations with either people from the community or people from the county that are serving the community, and just make sure people are well informed of different things going on. So continue to read the newsletter. If you don't get it now, go on to the Cobb County website and subscribe to it.
cobbcounty.gov/subscribe.
There you go. And we'll also have the podcast up, so you can go out and subscribe to that as well and view those. And hopefully just have a better dialogue of ways to have some transparency and conversation with the community.
Well, it was a pleasure introducing you to our audience, and you'll take this going forward for Inside the District. Season 1, episode 2 coming soon to a podcast and YouTube channel near you. Appreciate talking to you.
Thank you very much.